So we are in 2026 and something already changed. Something that used to guide us for every cycle, like our GPS, our map on how the cycle should behave, it just ended. And of course, I'm talking about the 40-year cycle. That's one of the things that just changed with the new year, with 2026. First of all, I hope you had an amazing New Year's Eve. I wish you a happy 2026 and that you fulfill all your wishes, financially, personally, whatever. I just want the best for all of you. But like I was saying, there's no more 4-year cycle. It's broken. And if you haven't followed me in English or in Portuguese, I've been saying this a lot. The 4-year cycle broke when you had an halving before, an all-time high before the halving. And so that's why I do believe that the 4-year cycle was already broken, and today we got the confirmation. So I will talk also about some other things that I think you should be paying attention, because I know, in my opinion, 2026 will be bullish, but the start of 2026, there are some turbulent waters. Let's say like this. There are a few things that I want you to be aware of, and before taking any decision, so that you can be aware and navigate the market, as always, with data, with facts, not predictions. Okay, so today I'm going to show you exactly that. Why I believe that 2026 might have a lot of volatility in the beginning, and then we can start sailing in more smooth waters. Let's say like this. So before that, like I was saying, and starting like right with this, okay? The 4-year cycle is broken. This used to be the guide for a lot of people. And a lot of people sold based on the 4-year cycle. If they are wrong, if they are right, the time will tell. In my opinion, we will have a bullish 2026. Let's see. Whatever, that's just my situation. In general, the 4-year cycle is done, broken, okay? There's no more 4-year cycle. So what will you use now? I want to know. What will you use now to guide yourself? What will be your GPS? What will be your map for the market? Because now this is new. This is a new chapter for the market. What will you use? Let me know. I want to know how you will use it. Just trading analysis, another cycle. Do you still believe the 4-year cycle is accurate? I want to know on the chat, so let me know. And of course, smash the like button. Okay, new year, new likes. It has to be like that. And if you want alpha, you know I need likes. Okay, and but we'll get back to that later. So like I was saying, no more 4-year cycle. It's broken, and now we have a few things that might affect the market. And for me, these ones are the most important ones. Okay, so we'll have the decision on crypto companies being on the MSCI index. One of them is strategy, okay? And I'm not fighting strategy. I'm just letting you know that there will be a decision. And if strategy leaves this index, there might be a sell-off of strategy shares, okay? And that doesn't, how can I explain this? If, this is a big if, okay? We don't know if they're going to leave or not the index, but if they leave, there are some hedge funds that track this index. They only invest in companies that belong to this index. So if strategy leaves this index here, they are forced to sell their position so they can keep so they can be coherent and say this is like an ETF that follows MSCI index. Okay? So be aware of this. It will be on the 15th, but this is a good coincidence that we are going to have on the 15th, because on the 15th, we are going to have also, if we are going to get some good news, it's the Clarity Act that we want to be approved, okay? So it's on the same day that we are going to know if some crypto companies are going to leave the MSCI index, they are going to vote for the Clarity Act. So 15th of January will be a big day for crypto, okay? And you should pay attention to this. 15th of January, bookmark this, save it on your calendar. You are going to have two major decisions. One that can impact the future of crypto for the long haul, and another one that might affect the impact crypto on the short haul, okay? The markets just need to adapt and be aware of this. Strategy is being dropping for 6 months already. And yeah, we need to follow this closely, okay? And you should pay attention to this. Then we are going to have also some things that are on the air. One of them, the US Supreme Court decision on tariffs. We know that Trump wants to provide some stimulus with tariffs money. If they decide that tariffs are illegal, this will be a major issue, okay? Another thing that the market needs to adapt, and the market doesn't like uncertainty. So if they don't like uncertainty, this cannot happen, okay? This cannot happen. So just for you to be clear that these are some of the things that you should be aware. And let's just recap. On the 15th, decision on crypto companies staying on the MSCI index. Some might leave, some might be added. Then we are going to have the Clarity Act. Then we are going to have the tariffs. We don't know when. And also, we need to understand there's the chance of a shutdown in January, okay? So I'm bullish on 2026, but I will always provide you the data and the facts. And the fact is that January might be kind of a storm, okay? Might be kind of a storm. So just be aware of this and you'll be fine. And I think that, yeah, in the end, everything will be okay. But we might start with a few turbulence, that's how you say it. Like in a plane, you lift off, you have a few, you shake a bit, shaky, and then you land smoothly and everything is okay. So that's something that might happen. But also, the big players are not scared about this, okay? And I'm going to show you this. They are not scared about what might happen. Look at this. New Year's Eve, Tether bought 8,888.88 and a few more 8s Bitcoin, and of course, Tom Lee bought more Ethereum. Again, New Year's Eve, this was in the last day. This was in the last day of the year of 2025. They were investing, and it's a lot of money. But it's not just this. They are not the only ones. Look, Ethereum holders, the big ones, the large ones, are buying more. They are accumulating. It's not just Tom Lee and Bitmine. Those that believe in Ethereum, they are buying more. And unless you expect that 2026 will be bearish and you want to start to DCA now and expect a 70% drop, I don't think they do expect that, okay? Unless they want to start to DCA on the top and not on the bottom. If they want to DCA on the bottom, they are doing the inverse DCA strategy. But the address with Ethereum, those that already had a lot of Ethereum, they are increasing. They are not decreasing, they are going parabolic. Okay, we need Ethereum to pull a candle like this one. We need Ethereum to pull a candle like this one. Okay, so if Ethereum can pull a candle like this one, we'll all be happy. We will all be happy, at least those that believe that we are going higher. But also, BTC holders, OGs, the long-term ones, those that sometimes sell and have been selling, are now become net buyers. They are buying Bitcoin again. They started to buy Bitcoin again. So we might be entering a new phase of the market. Like I said, if the 4-year cycle is broken, this is new waters. This is new waters that we are going to discover right now. And maybe we are going to see some bullish price action right now. Who knows? Okay, like I said, once we can clear all those hurdles that I just showed you, I think we are going to have a more clear path for a bullish price action. Or I'm wrong in the market, it's already everything priced in and the market starts to go up. The tariffs, I don't think it's priced in. Maybe the rate cuts or the no rate cuts on the FOMC. Right now, it's with the 15% chance of a rate cut. I still believe that we are going to get one. Might be wrong, but I still believe we are going to get a rate cut in January. And yeah, the market seems to not be scared, at least those that are already here for a long time, okay? Also, a big move is coming, okay? We all hope it's on the upside, But yeah, a big move is coming, and we are going to the charts later. But if you pay attention to this, we have been ranging for a month already, maybe more, that we have been stuck on that range. We are going to see it. But usually, this type of compression means that a big move is coming. And we all hope it's for the upside, right? Let me know you are here. Also, I love to know where we are watching. So let me know. I know there are a few Portuguese people here, and this is already my second show today. But let me know from where you are watching. And I always like to map the audience to know where we are watching, because I want to travel. And sometimes I get new cities that I'm not even aware. And that's something that I really like to know. Also, another thing, I brought you this on the last therapy session of the year, and I'm bringing it again. First chart I showed you in the last year, let's say last year, the Ethereum in line to be staked was almost flipping the Ethereum to be unstaked. Now it's clear. Now the line to stake Ethereum, it's higher than the line to unstake. What does this mean? There's more people wanting to stake Ethereum than to unstake. This is a bullish sign. Okay, this is something bullish. People are buying Ethereum, are staking Ethereum, and they want to get that yield. So this is really bullish for the market, and I'm really expecting that we are going to get some bullish price action, at least till the 15th. If you can get, like, it's not a Christmas rally anymore, like, right? But maybe a New Year rally till the 15th, then we are going to do the Clarity Act and the MSCI index, and then we might continue to go up and then to go down, whatever, but at least some sort of rally. We need some green therapy. And if not, I have to keep doing these therapy sessions with all my pressure, of course. So we have people from Azores, Spain, from the moon, from Florida. Florida is a nice place to go. And Puerto Rico, in England. Awesome. Thank you guys for sharing that. Now, let's go to the charts. Before going to the charts, don't forget that we are doing this campaign with Bitfinex, and it's going to end in 3 days. Sorry, in 6 days. 3 days, sorry. And you have a massive deposit bonus. Even if you want to do a higher bonus, like a 10K deposit, and you trade $5 million, you get $1,000 in bonus, and you get a VIP free automatic upgrade. So take advantage of this. This is a very good campaign. It's not very often they do this. So use it, take advantage of it. It's my main exchange, and it will be my main exchange. And I think you should 100% take advantage of this. And now let's go to the charts. Now that you have a place to trade, we are going to the charts, and the US session is open. No, it's going to open now. Like I have been saying, we've been in a tight range. This one is from 15 days. But since we had that week that everyone was saying that we're going lower, whatever, from the 21st of November, the range has been 94.83. This is the range where we have been. And like I said, you short here, you long here. And it will be a range till it's no longer a range. But so far, I think we are in a good way, in a good path for continuation. At least that's what I believe, okay? And if you wanted to long here, Bitcoin, let me see on the lower time frame. It's at support. If this support holds, it tested this support perfectly. If this support can hold, this might be a good trade here, okay? It all depends on your risk. Let's wait for the US session if they keep dumping. And yeah, Ohio, awesome. Let's see if the US session keeps dumping. But this is just a paper trade, okay? But I would long this. I will take this trade here. With a tight stop loss, maybe something like this. And yeah, I will take this trade. I'm okay with taking a stop loss. That's part of the game. But I'll be aiming higher, like this. I won't mind taking this trade. If I wasn't live, I would be taking this trade. If I wasn't live, I would be taking this trade. And yeah, but maybe the higher stop loss, maybe something like this, to be more eased, but yeah, I will take this trade for sure. And I would be okay with taking a stop loss here, but if you want to be 100% safe, you need to put the stop loss below here. But yeah, I would be taking this. I think you can go higher. Once we can clear this resistance that I've been telling you, it's been the resistance for at least for 15 days or more of 9,500, we'll then can look higher. Till then, we are just ranging. Okay, then we have a few more. Honestly, I do believe if we can clear this resistance here, and then we're going to start to reclaim resistance, we can start to aim higher. Okay, and I think we have been trying that resistance or testing that resistance for so long that it will break. Eventually, it will break. Okay, so let's hope that it breaks till the 15th of January before all that drama that might be coming here. So yeah, let's see. Someone is saying they are from Ohio and Greece. Awesome. Thank you for telling me. Yeah, I will take this one. Okay, I don't mind taking a stop loss if that's the case, but I think that here, unless let's hope that US has a new resolution here and New Year's, and it's not going to be the same dumping that we all know. Now, Ethereum. The Gandalf line is still here. Unfortunately, I want it to be broken, but there's no way. We need some sort of magic. We need 𝗕𝗏𝗧𝗏 to buy more, maybe. But yeah, the Gandalf area is here. And if $3,000 can hold, the previous resistance hold as support, then we can start to look higher. Okay? But so far, the resistance is here. It's like Bitcoin. It's almost the same. Look, Bitcoin is dumping. And it's almost the same. The resistance here, Ethereum's the same. They both have their Gandalf line. But here, yeah, I think Ethereum might go to we might see some, how can I say this? We might see some outperform from Ethereum to Bitcoin. Let's see. But like I was saying, as long as $3,000 hold the previous resistance hold as support, I think you can look for higher. But again, Bitcoin needs to behave, the US session needs to behave, and so far it doesn't look like they want to behave. But also, bearish openings on the US, usually the session turns out bullish. So, and sorry. Like I was saying, usually when I'm sorry guys, forgot to take the sound. But like I was saying, a bearish opening on the US usually turns out green. So yeah, let's see what will happen today. Two that I think that are weak right now. One of them, it's XRP. You know, I'm in this trade since last year. I don't like the weakness. It's not that it's bullish or bearish, it's just weak. Okay, that's different. It's not that it's bullish or bearish, it's weak. And when I see weakness, I'm not going to tell you that you should trade this. You know, I'm a big XRP fan. I have XRP and a lot. And yeah, but I'm seeing some weakness here, and I think you should pay attention to this. Sorry guys, let me just put on not disturb. And like I was saying, there's some weakness here. If you want to trade maybe on the retest of this support here, you can try. But yeah, there's been some weakness here. Okay, there's been some weakness here, so be careful. And another one that you usually ask me, and I will just show you this, and that's hype. Okay, when one of the live streams that you asked me for hype, I told you I will have an alert here at $20. I'm still keeping it. Okay, there's a big whale on longing Hyperliquid. There's a liquidation price on $20, so I'll just keep it and be careful because hype is showing some weakness. There's some unlocks coming in the next days. I think it's on the 6th, if I'm not mistaken. So just be careful with hype. I know you always ask me for hype, and I looked at it before the show, and I'm still keeping this. Okay. If it comes to $20, I might start a spot position. If I'll go with leverage or not, I will still think at the time when I get the alert. Okay. So Solana, are there any Solana maxis here? Anyone still likes Solana? I need to know if someone still likes Solana. So Solana, look at Solana. Range trading, same thing. It rejects here in 128, 129, and this has been the bottom around 120, 121. It bounced from support, it went to the resistance, and it's rejecting again. Okay, so I think this is building a base for the next move. I want to long Solana. Okay, I might look for a trade here, and I want to long Solana, and yeah, I think we are building something here for a move up. Okay, at least this is what I believe. If you want to long now, at least the stop loss should be below 122. Okay, it's a big stop loss from where it is right now, but yeah, I think it's building for a big move. Okay, there's a lot of on-chain accumulation of Solana also. So yeah, if you want to long here, I will not take this trade, but if you want to, because yeah, I don't want to brag, but I don't have any stop losses this year, so I'm on a generational run. So if you want to long here, I would do something. If it was me, I would do something like this. Okay, and maybe target higher for 160, something like this. Okay, if I were to take this trade. Okay, I'm not going to take it right now, but I know some degen, and you want to start the year degening. So yeah, there are worse trades than this one. So this is it's almost a 7, almost 8 risk reward. So yeah, be aware that the stop loss is quite big. It should be bigger. Sorry, we need it a little bit bigger. But yeah, it might work out. Okay, take advantage of the B2Nix bonus, and if you want to risk it, risk the bonus. Easy. That's why you have bonus, to take more risks. And now, let me see if you're asking something on the chart. I'm not going to talk about long. Okay, we don't talk about that project here. Also, CRV. I want to talk about CRV. Of course, I need to talk about CRV, right? Look at here. CRV is now at the resistance. Okay. Usually, I will tell you to short this, but now I would be careful. Okay. Usually, I would tell you to short this, or I would short this, but right now I would be careful because I think CRV might attempt to break out. Okay. And if CRV decides to pull back, which after this, it's perfectly possible, but it's a big if, it might do something like this. Okay. And we all know what this will be, right? If, and this is a big if, okay? CRV is showing a lot of strength. But now I won't short here, okay? And I prefer to lose the trade than to short a breakout. Okay, it's been testing this so many times that I think a breakout eventually will come. So I'll be careful here. Let me see how is our long behaving. Not bad. It's not bad. So let's see where can we find a trade. Another one. This is HBAR. I talk about this one on my live stream, I think so. And if it wasn't the last one, it was the other one. Yeah, it was the last one, 23. And yeah, it's going on. I'm still on this trade and I'm keeping it open. Which one? Yeah, I don't know what happened with PEPE today. Even AVAX had a run today. Yeah. This is PEPE. PEPE sometimes has this type of green candles. It still has a lot to recover. But yeah, if we can clear this, are we going for another meme season? Do you guys think another meme season is around the corner? Are we going to make that mistake again? We are seeing some strength on Solana. We are seeing some strength on Solana. Who knows, right? Maybe another meme season is coming. But yeah, now it's at resistance. I'll be careful here. But yeah, it was a big. I saw the candle. It was a big one, and let me check this here. Someone believes the meme is around the corner. We are going to make that mistake again, aren't we? I won't long here unless it. Yeah, I'm just going to leave an alert here. If this alert sorry gets triggered, I will take a look at it. I'll take a look at it. Sorry, and maybe I will long this. Maybe I'll long this. I don't know if you guys saw. If you're talking about memes, AVAX also had a run, and I got front runned, or didn't I? Maybe I didn't. Let me check. I think I got front run. Yeah. For, I don't know, for less than $1. This was my entry, and I was front running. It's what it is. So maybe it will still go there. I still have this trade and the limit order here, but yeah, this was an ETF from Grayscale update that we had this candle. So AVAX might be getting ready for a run. Okay, pay attention to AVAX. Let me see more. People watching from Canada, awesome. You want me to look at XMR? I can look at it, XMR. Let's see. Maybe from Kraken, the chart might be better. It's at support. This is an easy one. If you want to long here, easy. If you want to long, this would have been the place to long. Sorry. Set support. So if you believe that this support will hold, just do like this. Something like this. This would be a good scalp. This would be, yeah. This will be a good scalp here. So yeah, that's up to you. If you want to take this one, as another one that usually it's really good for scalping, it's convex. It's a curve cousin, let's say like this. And if you want to scalp, this one this one might be a good one. Okay, for you know I prefer to scalp over swings. So if you want to scalp, look at convex from CVX. No, it's at that resistance. You should be careful, but look at this one. Usually when it retraces, it gives some nice pumps. You should be looking at this one. Let me see more. Don't forget the like button. How many likes do I have? And to subscribe the channel, of course. Guys, also, before you tell me more pairs, you should follow me on X. Okay? You have my handle here. It's easy. It's Pedro Silva. And you should follow me on X. Okay? And I will explain you why. Because I do a lot of shit posting. No, it's not because of that. I will explain you why you should look at this. Okay? You should follow me. Sorry. I was looking at Quant. I've been screaming for almost a year about Lighter, the DEX. And those that follow and that took advantage of the invites that I had a massive airdrop before the new year. A massive one. I'm talking about 5 digits airdrop and a few 6 digits ones. So I know I do a lot of shit posting. I joke a lot, but when I have something good and something that you should really take advantage, I share on X. Okay, so follow me there. Probably I'll do more shows in English now that the Banter Crew is coming back. There also, I'm thinking about starting an English channel, but on X, I'm always available. Okay, you want to look at Quant? Let's check Quant. We talked about Quant before. I remember this, risking 30% to do a 500. I remember perfectly talking about Quant here. If I'm right about Quant, we are seeing accumulation pattern. So yeah, if I'm right, of course. And yeah, I do believe in Quant. Quant was the token that really changed my life in crypto. And so I must suspect when I talk about Quant, but pay attention to Quant. Okay? You should pay attention to it. If this is accumulation that we are seeing here, I think Quant is getting ready. Quant, I'm not going to talk about Quant fundamentals right now. But I would wait. Now it's at resistance. I would wait before going long. Okay. I would wait before going long. So more. What we have more? 𝗖𝗄𝗯𝗃. You want me to talk about 𝗖𝗄𝗯𝗃? It's at massive support right now. You need to make sure that you have the change on the structure, which we might be showing right now. But if this support holds, something like, you need a higher high now. Higher low. You need something like this to make sure the reversal is coming. Okay. We need to see you need to see this here cleared. If we do something like this, then maybe we are seeing a reversal on the arrow. But now it's at resistance. Unless you want to take a short, a scalp one, and check the long. See, if I wasn't live, I'll be taking this trade. More. Bullish until May. Yeah, everyone was expecting last May to be also sell, and yeah, lit is lighter, 100%. If you want to check this one, if you want to trade this one, yeah, do not go for the wrong one, okay? Yeah, there's a huge gap here. Yeah. So this is the lit. This is lit. The token from lighter, okay? And yeah, if you want, it's not an easy trade right now, okay? It's not an easy trade right now. Just telling you, it's not an easy one, because anything can happen, and yeah. But it was a massive airdrop, like massive. I know a lot of people that got 6 digits airdrop, and I know a lot of people. I receive a lot of messages. Do you want to short this, Bruno? Look at this. 𝗙𝗔𝗍 started to talk about. 𝗙𝗔𝗍 started to talk about Aster again. You can try to short this, but if 𝗙𝗍 is talking about it or saying something, this is I will not touch this. I'm not touching Aster. The only reason I don't touch Aster while I'm trading, it's because 𝗙𝗍 can say something and it's skyrocket. But yeah, I'm not touching this. Injective. I have injective here. At least I used to. Injective gave us the perfect entry here. Yeah, it gave us a perfect entry here. If it can clear this, we need to see this. We need to see this to be sure that the worst is over. Maybe we can do something like this, and then this is the line that we need to. This is the resistance that we need to turn into support. Okay. For injective. Let me clear this. If not, I'm going to get confused and I start to analyze it. So, guys, hope you enjoyed this show today. And like I said, I'm bullish for 2026. There might be some turbulence in the beginning of January, like I just showed you. So be careful, take smart decisions, start the year with a good analysis. Don't be emotional right now. If something is going to happen, I believe you are going to have time. And so I'm getting an alert for 𝗕𝗏 that we set on the 23. And so right now, be patient, be careful. If you want to trade, use the bonus on Bitfinex. And I'll see you all on my next show. And follow me on X. And happy 2026 to everyone.